If you live in California, you must watch this. There is multiple wildfires going on in the entire state of California. 3 that are in Southern Cal and one's in Northern Cal. First, we're gonna start with the Northern Cal, California, a wildfire because it's the most important. An entire town called Paradise is certainly burnt to pieces. It used to be a famous touring location. It's just 90 miles out of Sacramento, and the fire just whoosh, it just took it out of the map, which was pretty sad. And the fire is now the size of Charleston, South Carolina. Charleston's pretty big. It might be the size of the San Francisco Bay by now, because it's just a hundred miles out of it. Alright, I'll show you a video of what the campfire looks like. Alright, this is the town where everything's destroyed. This is California's worst wildfire in history, and this is the worst wildfire I've ever seen in my life.
24 hours after it started, people have died. Firefighters have been hurt.
Did you hear that? At least 5 killed. That's pretty bad. This is from CBS Evening News. We don't know which channel it came from. It's just outside of its capital. Butte County's gone.
So scared right now. So terrified.
As the fast-moving wildfire.
Look at that. Is that a school right there?
The entire city of 27,000 people was forced to evacuate.
Calm down, lady.
The highways were jammed with cars.
Don't you see that? Don't you see that? That's bad right there. Poor Antarctica. Poor people. They're getting bad air.
People were desperately trying to escape. This man battled burning ash and falling trees as he tried to find a way out. He's safe now, but at least 5 other people died in their vehicles. Their bodies so badly burned they could not be
that's
immediately
bad.
identified. Some people abandoned their vehicles and simply ran for their lives.
This is like a maze out of... This is like a Halloween maze for a full town. The maze out of... Maze of Horror. The second fire is called the Woolsey Fire. And this one is pretty sad also. But it's the second major. Because it burned a very popular location. It's called Paramount Ranch, which was 90 years old, and it popular film by Paramount, which was Westworld, and MASH, a bunch of other stuff from like the 50s and 60s, but now it's just gone. At least the church is still standing. Look at this. This is horrifying. It's like a fun house. It's like the world's scariest fun house. Look at all these rich people who have to leave, and also covering the Woolsey Fire. An example of rich people's houses just be gone, move to somewhere else, like Las Vegas. If you want to spend your money, then move to Las Vegas, where wildfires aren't really a thing, but there was one in the Spring Mountains earlier this year. See? Horses are also being took it away. And now back to you, Tom. No, don't do that. Alright, the next fire is in Griffin Park. Which is, you're not saying about the 1933 fire, which came before the observatory, but this one's right next to the observatory. You want to see it? But there was no good video on YouTube about this. The fire was holding 30 acres burned for most of the day. Fires faced heavy brush, but there was no wind to drive the fire. According to the Los Angeles Fire Department, forward progress fire has been stopped, with fire now 60% contained. Alright, looks like the Los Angeles Zoo is only closed for one day. Plus, I started going to the observatory earlier, maybe for my birthday. Next is the fire that's blooming in Thousand Oaks. It's called the Hill Fire. I'm gonna have to tell you by this. The Hill Fire is just off West Hills. Plus it's hitting Bell Canyon. And it just hit Ventura County, but it's not as big as the massively Woolsey fire. And evacuate right now if you live near Paradise or in the Butte County area.